I swear this is not clickbait. The only exception to that is I don't know what serving size you usually deal with. So, how can you get cheddar bacon ranch fries at 5 points? Well, first you start with a potato. A whole potato is about 4 and some change. Half potato it rounds to 2. So there's 2 of your points. Then you got some Velveeta cheese. You're going to cut off 1/4 of an inch. That's another 2 points. We're going to use 1 slice of turkey bacon per order. That's another 1, so that's 5. And if you saw my video on the ranch, that's actually 0 if you do 1 ounce, which you're only going to drizzle. But you're going to need some time. So what we're going to do is we're going to start. You're going to need about an hour from start to finish, depending on what else you're doing. Keep that in mind. And we're going to show you how to get this done. Okay, so first things first is we're going to cut this potato in half. So all of our fries will be roughly this long, pretty standard. No need to skin it. And we'll go with a decent thickness here. There we go. Now we're going to fill this with ice water. So now we have this filled with ice water. We're going to go ahead and let it sit for 20 minutes. Our next steps will be to drain, pat dry, and start getting them prepped for the air fryer. Okay, so I already rinsed these with cold water, but they're still pretty on the wet side. So what we're going to want to do is, it might take a couple paper towels, but we definitely want to get as much moisture off of these as humanly possible. It'll allow them to cook better and crisp up while also cooking the inside. The container we used earlier, as you can see, that discoloration there, that is the starch. So we want to make sure we clean this out. And then get any excess of water because we don't want that coming back in here. And we're going to pour the fries in there. And then I'm going to say take some nonstick, spray it a little bit. I use the vegetable oil because this is going to be no points. And then we can pre-season some salt and pepper. I like these a lot because it's not going to stick super well. So then we'll always make sure your kitchen's clean. It's pretty well seasoned. Air fryer time. This is my air fryer. It's called Geek Chef. And I have it set to 450 air fry. I have the light on right now. And I usually cook it somewhere between 8 and 10 minutes. Just keep an eye on it because it'll crisp at different levels. I actually had the wrong setting originally. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and get these going and we'll go ahead and then finish it up. Now that our bacon is out, we will go ahead and get our fries put in here. Just be careful because this basket will be hot. We'll go ahead and get her in there. This will probably take between 20 and 25 minutes at 450. So we're going to first start with 10. We'll shake it up and then we'll kind of play it by ear till we have the right crisp. So here we have about 7 strips of bacon. We're only going to be using 1 per serving or 2 per potato. The rest are going to be used for the other part of the recipe that I have going right now. Do note this bacon is hot, so you might have to let it cool for a few minutes. Not gonna lie, I'm almost out of time, so YOLO, right? But I don't recommend doing that. So that's for the fries. I definitely have a few bigger pieces I'll break up here. So now we need a 1/2 inch of cheese. So we're gonna use the Velveeta 2% because that's actually a bit lower than the original. It's a little bit sweet, so it doesn't work all the time. So basically a finger is gonna be about 1/2 inch. So we'll be right about there. So this unfortunately is about 4 points of cheese, give or take. This actually is, let me think for a second. I can probably get a little bit more out of that. So the more cheese you can fit, the better. Darn it, I'm having trouble getting a slice. Okay, that's probably pretty close to a 1/2 inch, give or take. Now the trick here, Though Velveeta's a little weird. It has a weird texture to it before it melts, so it gets like really sticky. So do keep that in mind. So we're just going to basically cut up in a bunch of small pieces. Just like so. Because then we're gonna have to mix in with the fries, and most likely we'll have to put in the microwave for like 20 seconds to melt it. That's the easiest way to do it. You can probably find a way to put it into a container and then into the oven, but fries are almost done. We'll get that going last. As my wife would say, dang, fries are done. So now we're going to get the cheese on here. We're gonna wanna melt it. Yeah, this gets so sticky, so probably more cheese than we need, but hey, cheese makes these dishes awesome. And again, you can probably use fat-free to a degree here, but I really recommend using Velveeta. The 2% milk is not very high. Like this is 4 points of cheese and that's it. And then we'll get our bacon. We will sprinkle it across like that. Now this bacon is cold, so it's gonna really benefit from going to the microwave. It's gonna heat up a fair bit. And then we'll kind of mix it together and she'll be ready to go. So after about 30 seconds or so in the microwave and just a really quick mix, you can see that the cheese is mostly adhered to the fries here. This cheese gets really sticky while melted, which makes it so much better because everything sticks to it. So this whole plate's gonna run you about 10 points, and we're gonna go ahead and break this in half for me and my wife accordingly as a side dish. And that's how you get 5 points cheddar bacon ranch French fries. The piece de resistance. Oh, here, let me flatten these out here. So we'll go ahead and get our ranch on here. Just a quick side to side, and so good. Soft. You want to make sure that they're getting brown on the outside but not burnt, because then the insides will be really soft. Oh, this is really good. My wife may not even get her half. Anyway, if you like the video, hit the like button. Dislike button, leave a comment, get subscribed. I'll put the recipe and a link in the description below. And that's it. This is Steve from Steven's Weight Watchers Kitchen, and I'll see you in the next video.